Joey B, and this your boy.
MG. How's it going, everybody?
Good morning. What's morning when we doing this? And we're doing the new version of the podcast, Snack Cakes and Things podcast. Going live. Get a facial and visual option here going on. Hopefully, you guys can hear us clearly, and it's a nice crisp video. Today, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys offensive line and also Ezekiel Elliott, and how they both tie together hand in hand, and they affect each other. So we can go in detail with that for you guys today.
Indeed. We're going to touch on that. We're going to touch on, what we think happened to the line or, what we think happened to our running backs as well, how we can fix it, because 2000 and I guess you can say 21, 22 season is no excuses. They got to be able to do something, got to be able to protect your quarterback and so on.
I agree with you, Matt. You know, Me personally, I think they did a pretty good job after taking on all those injuries that we had to deal with this season, the 2020 season. Um, I think they could have put other pieces in certain places, but it worked out. AKA Connor Williams, he should have played left tackle when Smith went down. What are your thoughts on that?
No, man. As I've told people before, I'm a huge fan of Connor Williams. As a tackle, but not a guard. Connor Williams is not strong enough to be a guard in the NFL. When they drafted him, I thought they would leave him at right tackle, but they ended up, kicking Collins out to right tackle, which I mean, wasn't a bad move, and put him at guard. Collins has already showed that he's an All-Pro tackle, if not, when healthy. Connor Williams came in from Texas in the second round. They drafted him in the second round as a All-American tackle. So to move him to guard, it didn't make sense to me. Especially if you're going to take him number two, you got to leave him at his natural position, or at least try it. Especially this year with all the injuries that we had, you can kick him to right tackle, left tackle, and say, all right, we have a replacement, for Tyron Smith if he gets hurt again. Which brings me to my next subject. Tyron Smith has been getting banged up for the past 4 years now. What do you think? You think it's time to try to move on from Tyron, ask him to take a pay cut, keep him? What's your thoughts on that?
Uh, I believe it's time to ask for a pay cut because you're the best player available is the player is available. Availability is everything, and that counts for everything. So, and just touch a little bases on Connor Williams. I believe like because you're in the NFL, right? And they put you at a new position. I know it's a learning curve, but you've been there 2 seasons now. It's time
Mm.
for you to adapt. It's time for you to get a little stronger now, because obviously you're getting bull rushed, and when you get bull rushed, they're driving you all the way back, and that's causing the quarterback to lose his pocket. You know what I'm saying? It's breaking down, and the sacks are coming from your side. So I know the offensive line is as a cohesive unit. They work together, but then okay, if you're gonna do that, but okay, and another thing, I'm sorry, I'm just everywhere with it. Another thing I think what affected us too when we lost our centers, we lost our center, bro. When we lost our center, that affected everything. I think that helped Williams out. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to those different stunts coming on this side, like hey, okay, I got your help on this side. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold my dude for like 2 seconds, then I'm coming back to help you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I think that was a huge factor. But I do think Smith needs to take a pay cut because he needs to realize, dang, I'm not staying healthy. So if you're not staying healthy, you need to look at yourself or work on yourself in the off season to work on those weaknesses that you're dealing with, like AKA your back problem. Maybe you need to shed a few pounds or something, do some yoga, get a little more flexible.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up to the yoga part because he actually has been doing yoga and things like that. I just think he's been playing the lead a while. You going up against great athletes, and I think his body just taking a toll on him. And you have the people that come in here and say, "Well, you do realize that Tyron Smith's contract is very team friendly. Oh, I 1000% realize that it's very team friendly, but when you're only playing, 6 games a year, 8 games a year, you got to be able to put some of those in game incentives. Do a pay cut, try to make the rest back in games incentives. If you play
Hmm.
12 games, if we make it to the playoffs, if you make the Pro Bowl, don't get me wrong, I definitely don't want to cut him because he's still top 5 left tackle in the NFL. But I can't keep paying him the money just to sit on the sideline and watch. Um, and you're right, man. Losing Fredericks was huge. I mean, because people don't realize Travis Fredericks held it down so good, man, and he was a top 5 center in the NFL as well when he was playing, if not the best center in the NFL when he was healthy. And him retiring, that definitely hurt us. But Biotish looked pretty good, in
Yeah.
his rookie season. I think he's going to be able to come back next year and hold it down. I think once you get, Collins back next year, that'll fix the right side. Man, and losing them, unfortunately, all those guys, 4 guys out of our starting lineup, hurt. But again, it made the team stronger because next year these guys that got the playing time when they have to come in again, they're gonna be ready. They're gonna be battle tested. They're gonna be able to actually put up a better fight. Um, Still showed some promise. I'm not saying he's a starting caliber tackle, but he's shown that he can be a good swing tackle in the NFL and play. I'm not saying he's going to be somebody's Pro Bowl or anything like that, but that you're going to see a lot of growth. And at times it was hard to watch, especially in the running game where you're seeing these guys
Hmm.
get blown up 3 yards in the backfield. Your running back's getting the rock, and he's getting hit as soon as he gets the football, or he has to make a cut.
Hmm.
It got pretty bad at times.
Yeah, I agree. I highly agree. I think it was an injury plagued season. I think that should be addressed it in dealing with the training staff. So let's try to do different things. Because we need to keep these players healthy, or extend their breaks. You know what I'm saying, or extra ice baths, or extra treatment on their legs, because the main body part a player needs is their legs, because you're constantly moving your legs, and footwork is everything. You know when it comes to any position in football. It's a lot of different things that they can incorporate with their training staff. I think they should look into, or try new avenues that'll help keep the players more healthy, because it's been a lot of injuries, and it's affecting the team itself. You know what I'm saying? So, uh, yeah, man. I mean, I want to go in more detail. Save it for another podcast on
Yeah, I
that.
think I think some of the injuries that we've seen this year, it's been a crazy amount of injuries. I think a lot of those injuries was due to the players not having that full training camp and trying to get everything put together in a month due to COVID. I mean, so I think a lot of those injuries you'll see go down. And unfortunately, Collins' injury on his hip, he's had that for a little bit. He just tried to fight through the pain, and I'm hoping that he comes back 100% because he's still young. They got him on a good contract. Um, because all it really takes, man, is you got to keep the best offensive, lineman in the NFL. I don't care what anybody says, is Zach Martin, hands down. When that kid, I'm not gonna call him a kid, but when that guy plays,
Hmm.
you can't get past him, and
Can't stop him.
he's a beast. And he showed that for his willingness to swing out to right tackle and dominate the game that he played in right tackle, it's crazy to have that type of ability as a lineman. But I'm looking forward to us getting healthy. If we can keep at least 3 guys on our starting 5 in for the whole entire season, would be fine. But there's no way that you can play with third and fourth stringers and think they're going to do anything. And that's brings me to my next point too. For all the Zeke haters or starting to show back up, Zeke doesn't look like Zeke when he was a rookie. What running back looks like his rookie season? Not one. And then people will bring up, well, Derrick Henry looks good. Derrick Henry's offensive line is one of the top offensive line in the NFL. And you saw when they stacked the box like they do Zeke, you saw what happened in the playoffs. He had 20 yards
Facts.
on was it 18, 20 carries. Um, then it brings me to that. I'm not ready to throw away Zeke yet. Yes, Zeke had a down year, but Give me one running back that's ever played behind fourth string offensive lineman and actually looked good and led the lead in rushing. You will not find me a running back that's ever done it.
Right. I agree with you, Matt. Trying to pull up his stats here. Share the screen with you, man. We can go over his stats. We can show, he had a pretty productive year, but dealing with all the different losses that we had to deal with. Solid season,
No, like I
very
tell
solid.
everyone before, Zeke does not get a pass from me because there was a few plays. The fumbling issue, it really irritates me because number one, Zeke hasn't had a fumbling issue since his rookie season.
Hmm.
So a lot of that was just it was just mental. When you have a season that starts off the way our season started off and the injuries that we had, losing Dak, it's he's got to be stronger mentally
Correct.
in those aspects because the team is going to look to him to kind of carry. But at the same time, for these fans who are literally watching the football game, saying, "Oh, Zeke looks slow. Zeke's this. Zeke has no burst." How can you have a burst as soon as you get the football? You have to make somebody miss or you have to break a tackle. What burst can you see doing that? The fans kill me, and that's why Stephen A is always ragging on our fans because our fans are they can be a bit dumb at times.
Very much. You gotta understand. Some people just don't know ish about football. Some people
Mm.
just don't know about football and the fundamental, factors that football, stands for. It's the ultimate team sport. One person messes up, it'll mess up.
Marcus, do the Cowboys have a Zeke Elliott problem? Yeah, this year they do. But they have a lot of problems. See, but when you think about what Grant just said, Zeke was supposed to be the shining armor. With everything that's transpired, he was supposed to overcome the offensive line, and I know.
Hey, did you get it pulled up?
Man, this stuff is loading.
Okay, so yeah, man. I can piggyback off of that, but yeah, man, we've we've had an issue with people who they're just not paying attention to what the issues are at hand. The issues are at hand. You know, it's I'm not gonna say it's not 100% not Zeke, but Zeke's got to fix the fumbling issues, which it looks like he got a better handle on it. I think after week 6 or 7, he didn't fumble again. Um, and at the end of the day, people got to be real. It's not brain surgery. You sit back, you look at film, and you see that Zeke is literally getting hit as soon as he gets the football. So how can you say that it's one person's fault? Then when you bring up those injuries, you say, "Oh, well, I don't want to hear the excuses." They're not excuses; those are facts. That as soon as he gets the football, he's getting hit. As soon as he gets the football, he has to make a cut. The linemen are getting drove 3 yards in the backfield. You're only as good as your O line and your D line. People need to realize that.
Facts.
But
Definitely agree with you.
I see what you brought up there. Zeke with the 244 attempts, 979 yards. I saw that pop up there. 6 TDs, and he averaged 4 yards to carry for a running back that's not of Zeke's caliber. That's a solid season, but because he is Zeke,
It's a
people
down
are going
season.
to say he had a down season, and that's with him missing the game too. I mean, so he still finished with 4 yards to carry. What more can you ask for a running back? 4 yards to carry. I get, yeah, you want him to have whatever, but that's not bad. 4 yards to 4 yards to carry is not bad at all.
At all. Yes, that's pretty. That's pretty. That's a strong feat that Zeke has is that he knows how to finish a running play. and he's been doing that, some parts of the season, majority of the last portion of the season. I don't know what happened with him at the beginning of the season. It's a lot of mental stuff going on that we don't understand. That we'll probably have an interview with Zeke for us to understand, and you know, hopefully we get there. But
Hey,
I have a lot of high hopes for Zeke this year, especially if the Cowboys handle their business and take care of the person that they're supposed to take care of right now. Which you know who that is? Your boy
I don't.
Zach, not my boy Zach, but Dak.
Yeah.
Dak Prescott. Gotta take care of him, man. Got
Oh
to.
yeah, definitely. You definitely got to take care of him. You definitely got to go ahead and get his contract situated or whatever you go do with it. You got to take care of it so we can address other needs on the team. Which that's for another video. But yeah, man, the O line can be fixed. It's not broken. I will say this: I am concerned that our O line hasn't been the same O line since 2015, 2016 when we got rid of Bill Callahan.
Uh-huh.
And he went to Washington. They ran all over the NFL. Now he's in Cleveland, and they're running all over the NFL. So fans got to keep it real. You're saying Zeke is not the same. Well, maybe our O line, our running game coach is not doing the job because our
Exactly.
offensive line has not looked like the same offensive line since Callahan left. And we don't come off the football the way we used to. Like, we had this issue last year. We talked about it on one of our other podcasts that offensive line pass protects and run block when they're supposed to be run blocking. So that's
Uh-huh.
another thing that really irritates me. They don't come off the ball and really sting somebody in the face and move them.
Yeah.
But these are things that can be fixed. But people have to realize that you're only as good as your O line. If your O line isn't that good, your team isn't going to be that good. If your
Yeah.
D line isn't that good, your defense is not going to be that good, which we can touch on the defense another day. But people got to get smart, man. People got to get smart. And brings me to my last subject I want to touch on is people calling for Mr. Pollard to be the starting running back for the Cowboys. And I'm not going to get crazy on this. I'm just going to bring up one point and it's going to seal everything and let fans know how silly they sound. I remember when DeMarco Murray was our starting running back. And fans were calling for Joseph Randall to be our starting running back. When DeMarco's Murray contract is up, oh, Joseph Randall looks good. He can be the starting running back for the Cowboys. Look what he's doing. It's always easy when you're not putting 25 to 30 carries on your body and you're coming in fresh and getting 10 to 15 touches a game. And you look like the quick guy because you're sitting on the sideline hydrating up. I love Pollard. I think we need to play Pollard more. I think we need to put Pollard more in a Reggie Bush type role with the Cowboys. But Tony Pollard is not an every down back. Tony Pollard is just what Joseph Randall was. He's a change of pace back. He can bring you those splash plays. He can catch out the backfield. But he's not a back that you can give him 30 touches a game and say, go carry the ball and carry the team for me and run the clock down. That's just not him.
He's a scat back. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with you. He's definitely a scat back. He doesn't have Zeke's vision. I mean, it's good enough, for him to, take a breather. But Zeke has better vision. There's a play that I wish I'm able to pull up right now. I have technical difficulties with my computer, but it's a play. It's the same toss play that Zeke ran. Pollard ran it all the way to the outside. Zeke ran that same play. It was designed for him to go to the outside, but he seen the hole while he was running towards the outside. He cut back and cut back in. He gained an extra 3 to 4 yards on that. And when Tony Pollard got negative yards. So it's all about the vision when it comes to these running backs. You got to be smart when you're running the ball. You can't be a bonehead and try to, burn everybody. This is not college. Everybody in the NFL is running 4.4s, 4.5s. The D line, you know, they're running sideline to sideline. They're having techniques, and you know what I'm saying. They understand that. Hey, I know you're not gonna beat me going to the sideline, and plus I got help coming on the back end. Come on now, you got to be smart, man. That's why people fail to understand with that running back position, man. You have to have vision. You have to have smarts, and you have to have the ability to run the ball and see the cutback lane. No, you don't have to be the fastest running back in the NFL, but you have to have the smarts and understand that, hey, this is my hole I need to hit if this blocking play doesn't work out, or this person comes down and busts this open, this hole will be open, or just to see if, visually, as you're running the ball. Those are the type of things that running backs need. I think that's a very important key right there, man.
No, without a doubt, you hit it right on the nail. He doesn't have the vision. He's very explosive. Once he gets the ball, once he sees a hole, he hits the hole. But the problem is, once the hole is not there, he doesn't know how to create a hole or follow his blocks or set up his blocks and make a hole out of when a hole's not there. I go back to the game where he started before he had that long touchdown run. They helped his average out, but before that long run, he was averaging 1.9 yards to carry, and it was just based off of him not being able to recognize, okay, well, this hole's not there. I got to bounce it back to the A gap, and that's my cutback lane. Pollard's great speed, great explosion. It's just his vision is limited, and he's not an every down back. You're not gonna be able to give him those carries and depend on him like that. And as you said, there's a lot of things you can teach in the NFL, and there's a lot of things you can't teach. If a running back he has the instincts and the fun, and just the natural habits of, okay, if that's not here, I know from study that I can just cut it back this way, or I know just from my intangibles that if I'm stretching it out, keep stretching it out, it's going to eventually turn into a negative play. But if I cut it backside, I can go get 2-3 yards instead of losing 2 or 3 yards. So,
Exactly.
and that's what a lot of people miss on football. Everybody wants this big old splash play, and when's the last time he had a 20-yard run or a 40-yard run? It's not about that. It's about wearing the defense down. Once you wear the defense down, fourth quarter come, second half come, you just go dominate them. And that's what I want to see Dallas get back to. I want to see our O-line get healthy. I want to see us get back to pounding the football and throwing over the top. Once we draw the defense in, because Zeke still demands 8 men in the box. If Zeke was so bad, they would leave 4-5 men in the box. It wouldn't be no 8-9 men in the box if Zeke was bad. So
Right.
everybody remember that. Don't say Zeke is bad when he still has linebackers coming up, safeties dropping down in the box. A bad running back, they don't show that respect to bad running backs. So
Facts.
that's all I can leave on that subject is don't let your eyes be fooled. Sit down and just watch the film sometimes. Now, I'm not talking about watching the game as in being a fan watching. I'm talking about actually watch the plays. Don't be biased. Sit back and look at the O-line. Sit back and look at the entire game, because a lot of people get biased. Once they see a player is not doing as good as he once was doing, they automatically think, oh, he's bad. These are little small fixes that Dallas can make. And it starts with the O-line. Once the O-line gets healthy, and once they figure out that you got to give Zeke the ball 25 times a game and stop giving him 12 touches and then give him 3 in the second half. That's not how we built the team. I think we've gotten away from the identity a little bit.
Yeah, man. O-line got to be some hogs, man. I think the best thing that'll help them out, man, they need to do workouts together, man, and just work together, like push each other, help them get each other, help Connor get stronger, man. I'm tired of seeing him getting drove back. You need to get on the squats, get on the benches, work on your upper body, work on your punch, work on your technique, and just work on as a cohesive unit. As the offensive line, let's work on the technique. Let's show, because the old saying, like, okay, you have an offensive lineman, you see their hands not red at the bottom, that's a passing play. Or if they red at the bottom on their knuckles, their knuckles red, that's a running
Mm-hmm.
play. Let's fix the subtleties like that, so it can confuse the opponent. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
different things like that, and give different tips to each other. I think that'll help that offensive line, and also the coaching staff. They have to be accountable too. I know the old saying, oh, they're professionals. The real reason they're there is just to be a professional. There's no need for them to be coached. No, coaches coach. Let them coach. That's what they get paid for.
Mm-hmm.
Let them coach them players. I don't want to hear that excuse anymore. That's a poor excuse. I just don't understand that. I mean, what if he's not coaching? Why is he a coach? So 1+1 is 2 at the end of the day. So I mean, I think those are the little things that need to be fixed on the offensive line. And let's go back to the basics and let's get to it, baby. And I think Zeke he's gonna be Zeke, and then when we get our monster quarterback back, he's gonna be a monster quarterback, and he's gonna be a much smarter quarterback. No, notice not to take those hits or just. I'm sure he's looking at film like crazy right now on different things he can do to avoid hits and everything. I know we're getting off subject. I'm just saying is that Dak is a part of the offensive line too because it's all one unit, the offense itself.
No, you're 100% right, man. I'm looking forward to him coming back. I think our next thing we want to jump on is going to be the defensive side of the football, the D line, because I want to talk about that too on our next podcast. We do talk about our D line, our linebackers, because I got something I want to address with the Cowboy Nation on that too, because they've been tripping on that side of the ball too.
Facts. Big tripping. We need to fix that too.
Mm.
And also in the secondary. We get on that
Oh,
another day.
what about yeah, but no, yeah, that's what we wanted to touch on today, guys. We want to touch on Zeke and the O line. It's not panic mode time yet. It's not panic time. Let's sit back, take a deep breath, get our guys back. Tyler Smith does need to take a pay cut, or possibly look at moving him around if he doesn't want to take a pay cut. But he's a good guy. He knows Dallas is taking care of him, so I can see him taking a pay cut and trying to get it back in incentives. But we're just trying to bring you guys a little bit of knowledge on the side of the Dallas Cowboys and what we'll be looking forward to in this year coming up, and then we got the draft coming up, so we got to touch on some stuff on that coming up as well.
That's right. Let's not reach. Let's not reach for anything when we in this draft. Let's play it smart. Take the best player available. Let's not reach for Smith, even though he clowned last night.
Nah, we don't need no receivers.
But yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in. And we got some more different ways to present different things to you guys as we explained in the other videos. If you guys are following us, we're bringing it this year. We're coming with it. We're going to be more consistent. We're going to bring better production, and we're doing our best to complete that for you guys and stay hungry and feeding you guys this wonderful information that that's going to help you throughout your day. If you love cowboy talk or sports talk, because we're talking sports over here. Hey, we're just into football right now. We're gonna talk sports. We're definitely gonna talk sports. We can talk basketball. We can talk baseball. You know, maybe a little golf. I've been playing golf. On 2K. So,
all of
but
it, all of it, man.
yeah, we appreciate you guys tuning in. This is your boy Joey B.
That's your boy MG. We appreciate y'all, and definitely tune in for our next episode. The good old spell goes. Follow me at BBS_actions on Instagram. If you just on Facebook, it's just my name, Matt Guyton. And drop me a little love in there. Follow me, hit me a message or something.
Yep, and you can follow the podcast and updates on the podcast on Snack Cakes and Things on Facebook, and also check out our YouTube page on Snack Cakes and Things, and everything will be there for you guys for you to view. It's there for you. So yeah.
Yeah, we appreciate the love, and go back and check on Snack Cakes and Things on our last video we dropped. What was it? Yesterday or Sunday?
Mhm.
The
Sunday.
reactions. Yeah, go back and check that. Listen to it. Let us know what you think. We appreciate the love.
Positive feedback, negative feedback is necessary. Definitely, just comment. That's all you gotta do. Comment, like, dislike, do whatever you want. It don't matter. We like all feedback because we're just gonna get better every time. So you guys have a lovely one. Snack
Appreciate you
Cakes and
guys watching.
Things podcast. Peace.
Peace.
All right, stop.